Okay, watch. Now, helps him out. And he's gone. Bye. So then he abandons his kid.
Leave him alone!
He says they seek nothing more than some modicum of due process and rule of law. By the way, it's like, are you dumb? They already were given an opportunity to go home. Observing human behavior confirms that for some of us, the perfidious lust for unbridled power, which is the Democrats literally. This judge is so dumb, he's being taken by a 5-year-old. Another Democrat hoax is now out. You see, this is the image of the 5-year-old boy called Liam, who was so betrayed by the American government because we wanted to deport his father, now reunited again in another humiliation ritual for American citizens. They also let Kilmar Abrego Garcia out, and he's roaming around making TikTok videos. And now Ilhan is taking this photo to really rub it in. And it's pretty disgusting to watch that our federal government is enabling this. But Liam is home now, and we are grateful to Joaquin Castro from Texas for traveling to Minneapolis with him and his dad. So they were being detained back in Texas. So a Texas representative leaves Texas to go fight for illegal aliens. These people did not have legal status, flies them to Minneapolis. Then they take a photo celebrating the fact that a judge who's a lunatic released the father. Here's some more on the story. This guy, of course, we're familiar with. We saw his video last week. When ICE went to come and detain him, he abandoned his boy. He wasn't all that interested in it.
Señor, ¿por qué?
Sir, why? Well, the answer to the why question is because you're here illegally. That's why. Okay, watch. Now, helps him out. And he's gone. Bye. So then he abandons his kid.
Leave him alone!
They have to track him down. So he just doesn't respect the law at all and doesn't really care about his family, just abandoned ship. And his apparently baby mama was helping him in that process. So it's unfortunate that they came into our country illegally. If they wouldn't have done that, then none of this would be happening to them. But because there's a crying woman and a child involved, we're supposed to just say, oh, whatever. All right, guess that's it. Pack up your bags, boys. Time to go home. The answer, obviously, is that this guy's not a good hombre. Bill Malugin said that Fox News got a photo of this guy. His name's Adrian Alexander Conejo Arias, the father of the 5-year-old boy who he left abandoned on the street. A senior Homeland official tells Fox they have no record of the family entering the U.S. via Biden's CBP-1 Uber illegal alien app. Hi, I'd like to go to America. I'm an illegal alien. Oh, sure, your ride will be here in 5 minutes. Like, oh, perfect. Honey, get ready. It's going to be here sooner than we thought. All right, perfect. Came and got him. Didn't even use the cell phone app. The family attorney said that, oh no, he had lawful status. And there's this scam going on. They're all asylees. They're all TPS, temporary protected status. They're all refugees under attack in their home countries. They're here legally. Instead, he's an Ecuadorian national. He's in the U.S. illegally. Homeland even offered him a process called VR, called voluntary return, to leave. He could go home. There would be no immigration consequences at all, but he declined, okay? So he had plenty of process. He could have cooperated. He didn't. He wanted to continue to live here illegally. And then we fly him back to Minnesota. Homeland says Conejo Arias fled from ICE agents who were trying to arrest him. He left his 5-year-old son called Liam behind with ICE agents in a situation now seen that's gone viral. This has sparked claims that he was kidnapped. Liam was kidnapped and targeted by ICE to be used as bait. That's who this person is. He wasn't here on TPS status that was later canceled. He's not a visa overstay. He's an illegal alien. And they gave him an opportunity to leave and he didn't. He just wanted to continue to be illegal. That's why he violated federal orders. His baby mama helping him do it as he left his kids. Now you see they've returned them together. And it's another hoax. They were saying kidnapped and they're all celebrating it. The illegals can run free. Kilmar can make, Christian hymn videos about overcoming injustice in our country, and now they're reunited. Isn't that great? So here we see that Stephen Miller posted this, and he's explaining what's really going on. He says, here's a little primer on Asylum, okay? First of all, these were not asylum seekers, but many on the left say, they were here as refugees. They're seeking asylum status. They're going to be tortured if they go back to their papusa business, just like Kilmar said. Lies. They're all filled with lies. He says, here's a little primer on this in case you're wondering. There are no asylum seekers on the southern border. It just doesn't exist. Asylum is limited to individuals individuals fleeing extremely narrow categories of state persecution. In other words, not your papusa business. High-ranking Soviet defectors from the Cold War, we granted them asylum. None of the groups illegally crossing our border ever fit that, meaning all of the illegals here didn't fit that status. No one in Mexico or Ecuador or Honduras or Guatemala live in nations where there is any state prosecution of any protected class. It's all fake all the way down. And we saw that literally in the Kilmar case because the judge said, well, a gang is going to go attack his family's papusa business and they had to move from El Salvador to Guatemala. Okay, that's not a state-sanctioned hit on you. That's just standard crime in your state. There's crime all over America. Can we just go claim asylum status to any country in the world that we want because there's something bad happening in our lives? It's ridiculous. It's fake. Joe Biden let everybody in and gave them all that checkbox. And the immigration judges and now the Article 3 judges, the district court judges, are also finding along that same line. Now, all non-Mexican illegals have transited through additional countries on the way to America. There's only one country at our southern border. It's called Mexico. So everybody else from any one of these other countries came through Mexico. They could have stopped off in another country, but they didn't want to. They wanted to come to America where Ilhan would give them a couple $2 billion. It disqualifies and disproves all of their claims. If they're under attack in Ecuador, why don't they just pop off in Mexico then? And as yet further proof that all these claims are fake, aliens turn down the opportunity to avoid this fabricated persecution by being safely resettled in another nation. We would offer them, okay, I'm sorry you're under attack. We're not going to let you come into America, but we'll send you, where do you want to go? You want to go over here to this other country? Go over here. Do you want to? No, they don't. Illegal aliens receive free and functionally unlimited legal services. Put a pin in this because Joe Biden gave them $1 billion to a legal defense fund and coming up. When facing deportation, they and their lawyers, as a matter of course, automatically file fake asylum applications. Happens every day. The immigration lawyers know what they're doing. They all know these are not legitimate asylum claims, but they file them to stall them out. And the illegal alien communities is massive. So they pool up money together. They can pay for these claims. And the immigration lawyers, who are some of the biggest treasonous people in our country, all getting rich and fat off of it, delaying and defending the invasion of our country. It's really disgusting. And I've seen a lot of them. It's a multi-billion-dollar fraudulent industry. It's gross. It's unethical. It's deeply immoral. And many of them are lawyers. In fact, I think you heard about those lawyers who crashed in that airplane. I don't know if that's true or not. Immigration lawyers. They have private jets and they all pat themselves on the back like, oh, we're fighting for humanity. No, you're facilitating the invasion of our country and you're getting paid to do it. You're a traitor. Everyone involved in this system understands and knows these claims are false. Like, they're legally false. You go, okay, well, you just make something up. We saw it with Kilmar. Like his literal papusa business that his mom made. That was his basis. It's fake. It's fraudulent. The judges still indulged it and it's happening every day. Everyone involved in this system knows it's false. Adjudicating these knowingly false claims is a full-time job for thousands of people. Federal law also requires illegal aliens to be detained pending a hearing for their fake asylum claim. These are not prisons. They are not being punished. No one is being sentenced. And if they don't like it, they can go home. Civil detention and removal is not part of the Article 3 justice system. As we've said before, immigration goes through Article 2 courts. So all the people screeching about due process, the illegals are getting it. It's just different than what you're used to because you're too dumb to understand the difference between Article 3 and Article 2 courts. If you educated yourself and understood that illegal aliens don't get jury trials before they're being deported, then you would stop with your stupid due process insanity. They are not being punished. The goal of the US government is to send them home immediately. We give them cash. We give them a free plane ticket with the fewest days in custody as logistically possible. Any delay is caused by the fake asylum claims and their petitions for a writ of habeas corpus now, which the ACLU lawyers are filing on their behalves. When the fake asylum claim is heard on the non-detained docket, the illegal aliens don't even show up for their hearings. How about our due process? How about they respect our rule of law? They don't. That's why they're here illegally. Then we put them in the system and we expect them to come back and honor our law all of a sudden. Then when they do show up and ICE goes to a court to go arrest them, then you have judges who allow them to use their back door and escape them out of their courtroom. Those few who do show stay in the country regardless after losing, unless we place them into detention. So, oh, show up. Oh, I lost. Whatever. I'll just stay. Removal orders are ignored as a matter of course. If and when absconders are eventually found, now you have to go track them down at great expense and great time. They still have to be detained to actually effectuate their removal. And now you've got Minnesotans who are blowing whistles in their ear, blowing out their eardrums, attacking them, trying to run them over with their cars and breaking their taillights out, spitting hawking loogies on them with their disgusting saliva. Now, at this point in time, their lawyers will file a motion. They'll reopen their asylum claim, the friggin' lawyers who otherwise appeal the finding and then seek release again. It's again and again and again. Takes years. So the illegals can just stay here forever, drop out all their anchor babies who automatically get citizenship, continue to be counted in the apportionment during the census, continue to be a part of the federal federal budget every single year that doles out billions and trillions of dollars to the sanctuary cities. And then they just, oops, we'll just appeal it now. And we'll just abuse your legal system that we don't give a crap about for our own benefits. And then turn around and lecture us as being un-American. Where's our due process? What about the citizens? Regardless, no removal of any alien anywhere can occur unless it is in a detained setting. If the alien has children, they are, by law, supposed to stay in a family residential center that costs more per night than a high-end hotel that we got to pay for, and includes full medical, dental, scholastic, and other services. It's like, man, there should just be a treadmill. I don't care what it is. A conveyor belt. We just put them on the conveyor belt, like those long people movers at the airport, all the way friggin' down to Guadalajara. So that is what happened. The judge issued this order, and here's what it looks like. This judge is a maniac. He's so mental that he actually included a picture of this little boy who his father abandoned. They tried to put this off as a hoax, like ICE was kidnapping this kid. Obviously, that did not happen. The father ran away like a coward who abandoned his child because he's an illegal alien invader from Ecuador who didn't even honor any negotiations with the federal government. Bill Malugin said, his name is Fred Biery. He's a Clinton appointee, has ordered the release of this kid, Liam, and dad. They were together at some, five-star detention center. He includes a photo of the boy. February 31st doesn't even exist. He says there's no probable cause about something. Now, his LinkedIn also showed him liking a post today about millions protesting Trump's policies. So here's a LinkedIn post. Wow. Yeah, look at this judge. Millions across the U.S. spent their Saturday morning protesting Trump. It was here in Prescott, too. We totally missed it. We were watching Melania. All the libs were out, which was great, by the way. Highly recommend seeing that. So millions across the U.S. He likes this. Judge likes it. Are protesting. Judge, perfect. Great. Let me go finish my order. That's illiterate. And here's what he wrote. It's wild. He said, all right, in this case of this 5-year-old kid and his illegal father, said before the court is the petition of asylum seeker, Adrian, and his 5-year-old son for protection of the great writ of habeas corpus. He says they seek nothing more than some modicum of due process and rule of law. By the way, it's like, are you dumb? They already were given an opportunity to go home. This case has its genesis in the ill-conceived and incompetently implemented government pursuit of daily deportation quotas, even if it requires traumatizing children, lunatic. This court and others regularly send undocumented people to prison and orders them deported, but we do so by proper legal procedures. Now, apparent also is the government's ignorance of an American historical document called the Declaration of Independence. So this maniac judge is going to lecture us about that. 33-year-old Thomas Jefferson enumerated grievances against a would-be authoritarian king. He said, he has sent swarms of officers to harass our people, talking about the English. Well, in this case, we have swarms of illegals harassing our people. So we want a Declaration of Independence from the invasion of the Third Worlders. He has excited domestic insurrection among us, which is exactly what Tim Walz is doing, Judge, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, which are illegal aliens, all riddled around our societies. And man, if this ever turns hot, like if this turns into a race war, it's not going to be good. There's 2 million illegals in LA, so good luck out there. He has kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. By the way, they call this an invasion. The Mexicans call this La Reconquista. Look it up. They call it Aslan. Look it up. They want to reclaim the territory that they say we stole from them back in the war with Mexico, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. We, the people, are hearing echoes of that and the Fourth Amendment. And so now this judge is going to say that the Fourth Amendment is to be reinterpreted to protect illegals. Said administrative warrants issued by the executive branch do not pass probable cause muster, which is rich because of course it does. Has forever. Did he just invalidate administrative warrants across the whole country? That is called the fox guarding the hen house. The Constitution requires an independent judicial officer. So the entire immigration system is now invalid because the executive branch runs immigration. EOIR, Executive Office of Immigration Review, which is where it all starts under Article 2, not Article 3. It's been that way our whole lives. But this judge reversed it. So accordingly, the court finds that the Constitution trumps this administration's detention of this illegal and his son. And so I am granting release. Observing human behavior confirms that for some of us, the perfidious lust for unbridled power, which is the Democrats literally. This judge is so dumb, he's being taken by a 5-year-old. Imposition of cruelty in its quest knows no bounds and are bereft of human decency, and the rule of law be damned. He's like lost it. Ultimately, petitioners may, because of this system, return to their home country, but it should occur in a more humane fashion. And this is rich. I get so tired of them throwing Ben Franklin's quotes back at us. A republic, madam, if you can keep it. Yeah, we got it. With a judicial finger in the constitutional dike. It is so ordered. Signed by Fred in the future, February 31st, lecturing us with Franklin. They're the ones who keep screaming about democracy. It's a republic, but they don't even know the difference between the two. So he gets released. He gets sent back to Minnesota. And of course, he gets his wings because he's better than all the other kids of America who don't get that opportunity.